Well, find a comfortable seated position for now. And then, if you feel relaxed enough, gently closing the eyes. Not checking your email anymore. And then gently notice where your breath is at right now. No need to alter it or change it. Just noticing. And noticing whether your breath is short or long, whether it's deep or shallow, whether it's shaky or it's lengthy. Gently starting to become aware of your body, maybe noticing some points of tightness or some aches. As you gently scan the body head to toe. And whenever you experience any points of tightness, just gently breathe towards that area, creating a little space. And we're not trying to eliminate, we're not trying to get rid of the tightness or the ache. We're just gently sitting next to it, giving it a little bit of the attention that it deserves. And if at all possible, try now to start breathing towards your lower belly. If it helps, you can place your left hand on your lower belly. And breathe towards that hand or towards your lower belly. And with each inhale, deepening the breath. And with each exhale, lengthening the out breath. And as you're deepening your in-breath, try to envision a sort of donut around your waist. And as you inhale, try to see if you can fill up the lower belly and then also fill up the entire donut. So also the sides and also the back, your lower back. And if this is hard, you can also place your right hand, like the back of your right hand, on your lower back, on the small of your back. See if you can push away your left hand on the lower belly and your right hand on your lower back. Breathing in and out through your nose. And as you keep concentrating on your breath, I will sound the bell 3 times. As you hear the bell die out, gently rub any points that are tight right now, any areas in your body, maybe your shoulders, your neck, maybe it's your legs or your feet. And as you're doing so, please also move towards your face, gently rubbing your jaw, releasing any tension from there, rubbing your forehead and your temples, and gently rubbing the eyes. And when you feel ready, opening the eyes. Awesome. Our first position is going to be super hard. I want you to come into Shavasana. We're going to just gently relax there for a couple of breath cycles, a couple of minutes. So just come and lie on your back. Extending the legs outward, letting the feet drop towards the sides, the toes drop towards the outer sides. Placing the hands in about a 45-degree angle away from your body, palms facing up. And just with every inhale, feel the belly rise. And with every exhale, feel your body sink into the mat. Feel how your body is supported by your mat and by the earth. And envision how all your worries, all your stresses, everything that happened this week just sort of melts into the floor. If it helps, you can also envision sort of a rain. I always call it a rain, but might be better for you to envision shower, warm shower that's sort of washing over your body. And with every exhale, how everything sort of washes into the floor. All the unneeded tension, all the unneeded worries. Just let everything wash into the floor. As you gently become aware of your breath, following your entire in-breath and your entire out-breath. As we're still at the beginning of the class, maybe your mind, maybe your monkeys or your squirrels are still talking to you. If you can, in all poses, I suggest that you try to close your eyes so you become more and more aware of what's going on with your breath and in your body. And I want you to remember that we're doing a Yin Yoga class, so we're going to hold the poses 3 to 5 minutes. And I want you to keep in mind that we never go beyond the 80% of our abilities, making sure that the muscles are relaxed and we're never experiencing any type of pain. We use this pose to connect to our body so that we can use this connection throughout the class, really listening to what your body is saying and using our breath as an anchor. If it helps for you today, maybe your mind is a little chatty or a lot of emotions are running through your body, then help yourself a little by thinking in on the in-breath and by thinking out on the out-breath, giving your mind something to do, one point to focus on. With your next inhale, extend your arms overhead and scoot all the way to the right side of your mat. Then take your feet over to the left side of the mat. And if you want, you can also cross your right ankle over your left ankle. And do the same for your hands. Taking your hands all the way over to the left side. And maybe grabbing your right wrist with your left hand. Coming into banana pose. Feeling the stretch of the right side of the body. As you once again become aware of your breath. Noticing what the wave of the breath does to this pose. As you fill up the belly. And noticing what happens when you empty the belly. Noticing the rise and fall throughout the body. And noticing what this does to the stretch of the right side of the body. Also noticing the compression on the left side of the body. Becoming aware of any sensations that come from this compression. And as you breathe in and out, how does this compression change? Maybe you can use your awareness to travel up and down with the in and the exhale. Letting the inhale travel all the way from your fingertips to your toes, and the exhale all the way from your toes to your fingertips. And becoming aware of what this visualization does. Another trick to trap your mind is making a little sound when you in and exhale. You can do this by slightly constricting the airflow in the back of your throat. Making you sound a little like you're breathing like Darth Vader, or some people say it's a monster sound. You can also compare it to the ocean, the waves of the ocean. Whatever works for you. The next inhale, gently bring your arms back to the right side of your mat, and then do the same with your legs, uncrossing if you need. And then lengthening the entire body. Feel what this did to your body. And then when you are ready, gently scooting all the way over to the left side of your mat. As we're going to do the same pose on the other side. Bringing the feet over to the right side. And if you feel like you want a little more, crossing the left ankle over the right ankle. And then bringing the arms over to the right side as well. Grabbing the left wrist with your right hand. Feeling the stretch of the left side of your body. And noticing the compression on the right side. Maybe you notice a little bit of a difference between both sides. And now that we're coming a little further in our practice as well, maybe you notice more subtle things, like the stretching of your skin, maybe the movement of your organs. And if you're thinking, what the hell, Michelle? And that's fine too. Just try to see what you can notice. And if at all possible, see if you can get back to that visualization. Breathing in, going all the way from the fingertips to your toes. And as you breathe out, going from the toes to the fingertips. Using your own little mantra if you want to. In on the in-breath and out on the out-breath. Or maybe you like the ocean breath better and you're going to use that. Whatever works for you today. And every day is different, so maybe this works for you today, and other days you want to use a different contraption for the mind. That's all good. Maybe you start to notice any movement in the belly, maybe your food being digested, or you hear a little rumbling, which is actually you becoming aware of the rest and digest that we aim for with Yin Yoga. Relaxing the body, relaxing the mind, so that the body can come back to the here and the now, doing exactly what it's meant to do. Digesting your food and giving you the energy you need to move throughout your day. Just taking a couple more deep breaths. Noticing the stretching and the compression. Noticing the movement of the breath through the body. And using the next inhale to come back to the left side of your mat, using your hands coming back first. And then gently uncrossing the legs and straightening them out as well. Just taking a couple of breaths here as we notice the effects, noticing the left side of the body coming back to a more neutral position. Awesome. Then gently bring yourself up towards a seated position. And see what works for you today. I want you to stretch out the legs and pointing the toes up towards the ceiling. And then see what works for you today. So either sit up on a pillow or use a pillow on your upper legs. If you sit up on a pillow, make sure that your pelvis can tilt forward. So that's the aim of the use of the pillow. Awesome. Now pointing the toes up towards the sky. And as we inhale, we're gonna move the hands all the way along the ears, all the way up into the sky. Take one more deep breath here. And as you exhale, folding from the hips and folding forward, letting the hands rest wherever they land. We're not pulling, we're not pushing. We're just using gravity. Feeling the stretch of your lower back as we keep the legs together, toes pointing upward. And we try not to round the back too much, but as you can tell for me as well, just try to find a comfortable, relaxed position, noticing the stretch in the lower back. And again, if you feel comfortable enough, closing the eyes. As you inhale, feel how the spine is naturally wanting to extend, naturally wanting to straighten out. As you breathe out, notice how the body naturally tries to fold a little deeper. Again, we're not pushing, we're just letting gravity help us down. And there's no need for us to fold deeper, but we're not holding back from folding deeper either. So we're just letting this natural process unfold. Feeling what happens when the body or the lower belly expands in this position. Maybe you feel how your belly is expanding towards your thighs. And if that happens, you can also feel what the thighs are experiencing when you are breathing in and when you're breathing out. I want to invite you to become aware of your lower back in this position, noticing the inhale and the exhale in that area of your body. Again, using the ocean breath, if that helps you to concentrate today, if that helps you to get rid of all the to-do list, all the emails, all the things that have been going on. Maybe there are some distracting sounds or anything else that tries to distract you. And just invite yourself to gently come back to your breath, noticing the sensations in the body, and trying to follow the in-breath and the out-breath. And as you gently open the eyes, maybe you notice that you have been folding a little bit further. And then use your inhale to gently roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. As I'm turning on my mat because I like that better. But we're keeping one leg extended and we're folding the other leg in. So I'm starting with my right leg folded. If it's easy for you to copy me, take the left leg extended and bringing that right leg into what feels good to you. I could say butterfly position, but that's usually for me a little further, and here I like to fold it a little bit more. And when you're there, just see what happens. If you notice that your back is rounding, Tim, I would suggest for you to sit up on a pillow again. And that's perfectly fine. Use it. It helps you. Awesome. And then pointing those left toes up towards the sky again, if you can. I know it's hard. So see what happens. And just try to breathe here. If this is where you're at, then that's perfectly fine. If you still notice your lower back is rounding, then maybe sit up even a little higher and something. Trying to tilt that pelvis forward, really. And I'm not completely sure with you, Celine, but if you have the ability or you have like a lot of space here, you can also gently lean forward, maybe extend the arms there first, or if you feel like you can do more, you can also come onto your forearms. Just see what's good. And then gently coming back to the breath, as always. Noticing the inhale and the exhale. And keeping that left toe pointed up towards the ceiling. And Tim, if it's better for you as well, you can also place something under your knee so that it lifts a little. That might be easier for you. Yeah, great. Awesome. Feeling the stretch in your groin area. Feeling the stretch of the back of your left leg. And trying to keep both sits bones on the floor if you can. Noticing what happens when you breathe in and when you breathe out. Always using that out breath to relax more, to let go. Also remembering that it's perfectly fine if you're thinking, relax in this position, are you kidding me? It's all good. Just notice it. And remembering the 80% rule, no pain. This is not a no pain, no gain kind of thing. This is a no pain, you're doing absolutely brilliant. Please do continue like that kind of game. As you keep breathing, trying to still breathe towards that lower belly area, helping you to ground. And noticing how some poses are more challenging to your body. And some poses are easier, and they're both good. They both help you to experience different things. And the poses that are harder on your body are also harder on your mind in a way, in the sense that it tries to take you away, making it so much more important to breathe, using the exhale to let go, using the exhale to relax. Remembering that there's no actual need to really use any muscles in any of the yin poses. So if you're using muscles, try to see if you can relax them with the next exhale. And a step-by-step relaxation is perfectly fine. Becoming aware of the most tight area and breathing towards that area to create space as you inhale and to let go as you exhale. Using the next inhale and maybe your hands to straighten your spine once again. And then bending the left knee and straightening the right knee. try to see what you did in the previous pose and now try and copy that on this side. Yeah, so if you're using a pillow of any sort, try to use that on that side as well. Awesome. And again, pointing the right toe, this time the right toes, of course, up towards the ceiling. Just realized that I'm helping you guys out a lot today. I can just say the yellow foot up towards the sky, or the pink, or the purple foot up towards the sky. Anyway, coming back to our breath. Noticing our sits bones on the floor. And again, if we feel space, and try and see if you can copy the other side. So either placing your hands, maybe placing your elbows to come onto your forearms. But keeping in mind that we're holding this pose for quite a while, so not overdoing it. As the yin poses always become harder when you hold them for a little bit longer. Again, trying to breathe towards the areas of tightness. And then letting go as you exhale. If it helps you, try to come back to the in and out, or towards that ocean breath. Using your breath to connect to your body and to connect to the process of creating space and letting go. Try to breathe towards that area of tightness. Using the next inhale to, and maybe your hands, to walk all the way back. And then bending that right leg. We're going to move straight from there into the next pose, in which we're just going to fold that left leg sort of behind us. So we're going to open up towards the side. And try to see if you can get your knee into about a 90-degree angle. But if that's too much, or you're feeling any pain in the knee, yeah, I'm also sitting up on a pillow, by the way. If you like that, then please do. Creates a little bit more space. But if you feel any pain in the knee when you get that left knee into a 90-degree angle, then please make that angle smaller. So bringing that foot towards your buttocks. And the same goes for the front foot. If you're try to see what feels good for you. Maybe placing it a little bit further in front of you, or maybe a little bit closer. And closer is easier on the knee. So if you feel anything in the knee, you know my no pain in the knee kind of thing. And see if you can just either place the hands where it feels comfortable to you, so that you can see if you can be stable Try to see if you can get both sits bones a little evenly. I know it's not completely even with me even, but that's what we're aiming for. So then you can feel it opening up in that left groin area. That's where you should feel the stretch. If you're feeling it anywhere else, try to reposition so that you can feel it on the inside, that groin area. Awesome. And then, as always, coming back to the breath, gently closing the eyes if you can. And really noticing that this time we're trying to open up that groin area, that muscle on the inside of our leg. And really breathing towards that area to help our body open up and to let go, relax. Inhaling, creating space, and exhaling, letting go. Still trying to breathe towards our lower belly area, creating deep, buoyant breaths. Maybe also noticing a slight compression in the left side of your body. And maybe you don't feel that, and that's fine too. It has a lot to do with how open or how flexible your hip joints are. And I know I've said it before, but I think it's important to remember that the openness of your hip area has a lot to do with the build of your body, your actual bone structure. So no need to fuzz. And as always, just something to experience, just something to notice. And if you notice by now you're pulling your shoulders up or you feel some tension in your neck, try to see if you can let go of any tension on your forehead, any tension in your jaw, as this is connected to that groin area, to that pelvic region. And then slowly sinking down, letting go of the tension in your neck and the tension in your shoulders. Using the next inhale and your hands, because you want to do that, to grab your left foot, fold it to the front, and then moving to the other side. We're gonna fold that right leg out. Again, I'm still sitting on my pillow, so if you need that too, please do so. See if you can keep a little awareness in that right foot. So like, it's not really like you're still keeping muscle tension, but it's more of like, I know that foot is there and I'm sort of pointing it. I'm not completely relaxing it. And then noticing the difference between the two sides. As you close the eyes and come back to your breath. And I also want to point out to you that we were in this position for quite a while on the other side. So even though you might not have noticed it, it probably opened up a little. So give this side some time. Don't get frustrated. Again, this time earlier, but remembering that jaw. Try to let go of any tension in the jaw. letting the tongue easily rest within your mouth. And also try to notice, try to see what happens if you focus on that hip area, on that groin area, noticing the tightness. Can you tell when your jaw is clenching up? And if you notice that, what happens when you let go of the tension in your jaw? Can you also feel the groin area relax? Remembering that in no instance am I allowing you to have any pain, and especially no pain in your knees. So if that happens, please fold your feet closer to your pelvis, closer to your bum. Try to breathe in, creating space in any area of tightness. And as you breathe out, letting go. Giving the muscles space, a way to relax. And once you release the muscles, giving the fascia the chance to stretch, to elongate, to soften. Just a couple more breath cycles. Make them count. And on the next inhale, using your hands to bring that right foot back. Take a couple breaths here in just any relaxing position to you, maybe rubbing the legs a little. Maybe by now you want to extend the legs forward. Everything is fine and everything is doable. Everything you need. Awesome. Coming into a tabletop position. As we're extending that right leg out, rolling over the toes just a couple times back and forth. And then we're going to fold into a pigeon position. So I'm placing my hands a little bit further in front, bringing my right knee towards my left wrist, and then opening up towards the right side. Bringing that front leg close to parallel with the front of your mat, and extending that left leg back. And what I'm seeing right now, I really want to encourage you guys to both use a pillow underneath your bum, which heightens your pelvic region a little. We want to have the hips squared, so that means in parallel with the front of your mat. And if it's too much to bring that shin, that right shin, parallel with the front of the mat, then please fold that foot closer to your, I'm going to show you from a different angle. Please fold that foot a little closer to your left hip, so that it becomes a little easier and there's less strain on that front knee. Make that pillow as high as you like today. Please support your body. And then just start breathing here to begin with. Noticing the stretching of that left hip flexor and noticing that really nice muscle running all the way on your bum and your thigh, stretching. And then optionally, breathing out, coming onto your forearms. And if this feels right, for some people this is easier, so see what happens. You can also come all the way down, placing your forehead on the floor and extending your arms forward, coming into a sleeping pigeon. But remember, at no circumstances do I allow you to have any pain, and especially not in that front knee. So if that's happening, please come back up or place that heel closer to your hips. And then, as always, coming back to your breath. Noticing the expansion of the belly onto your foot or onto your leg. And noticing how the leg or the heel is pressing back into your belly. Selena, I cannot completely see you, but if you're comfortable like this, please stay like this. But if your head is floating for any reason, then you can also place your hands on top of one another and just, do that. Awesome. I'm not sure if you were already doing that, but... And again, helping yourself by thinking in on the in-breath and out on the out-breath. Or maybe using that ocean breath. And noticing how you sink deeper and deeper into this pose. Noticing how your body is supported by your mat, by the earth. Noticing that stretch in that right buttocks. Using the next inhale and your hands to move all the way back with your body in a more upright position. And then using the next exhale to bring your leg back into a tabletop position. This time extending the left leg as we roll over our toes back and forth. Replacing your pillow, repositioning, your pillow. And then bringing that left knee first to your right wrist, and then opening up towards your left wrist. Sitting your bum and your pelvic floor down onto the pillow. And as you can see with my legs as well, it's a little different on this side for me, so I noticed that I need to keep my foot a little closer to my hips so I don't hurt my knee. As we take a couple of breaths together in this position first, to open up that hip region, to open up that buttocks muscle. Noticing how the hips are squared, so parallel with the front of your mat. And as always, when we do a left and a right position, noticing how this side is different from the other side. And remembering that we were in the other pose for quite a while, so we need to give this side a chance. We need to give this side time and space to open up like the other side did. And if you feel ready, you can breathe out, coming onto your forearms. Or if it feels good to you, or maybe even better to you, you can use your next exhale to fold all the way forward, coming with your forehead onto the floor, extending the arms forward. And if for any reason this is too deep or it doesn't feel right, then please place your hands on top of one another, placing your forehead on there. Or you can even come onto your elbows, holding your face like this. Remembering that each side is different. And we're not doing yin to torture our body. We're doing yin to help our body, coming into a rest and digest. Relaxing, helping the fascia to open up, helping the fascia to be lubricated. So hurting yourself or torturing yourself is not part of the process. I don't think you're cooler when you do that. You're not more awesome when you do that, so please don't. Because the only person who's enjoying that, probably tonight and tomorrow, is you. Coming back to our breath. Helping our mind to be trapped by either thinking in on the in-breath and out on the out-breath, or using the ocean breath. Following the entire in-breath and out-breath to create space to open up the body. Using your next inhale to walk back up with your upper body. And the exhale to come into a tabletop position. As we use the exhale to bring our hips all the way forward. So down to the earth. Placing the hands on top of one another. And letting the heels fall out towards the sides. Using the next inhale to extend the arms, coming into a seal position, placing a pillow underneath your belly to help you take some of the pressure off. Keeping the legs together to protect your lower back, but if it feels good, you can also place them a little bit apart. But especially for Tim, I suggest you keep them together for your lower back. Sorry, dude. Noticing how when you breathe in, you're expanding the belly onto the pillow. And as you breathe out, how everything relaxes. As you can tell, I'm placing my hands a little bit further in front. That's because when I do this, it's too much for my lower back. So if you want to do more, then please do more. But keeping in mind your back and no pain. Yeah, looks good, Selena. Noticing what happens with the inhale and what happens with the exhale. Following that process, making sure that there's no tension in your buttocks, letting go of any muscle tension there. And as we're in the process of letting go, I want to remind you to check in with your jaw, see if you hold any tension there. Letting go of that tension if you feel any. Okay, if you have enough space, and I'm not even sure I have, so please see if you can do this. And I want to invite you to fold your left hand underneath you and use your right hand to roll onto your back. Awesome. And now that you're on your back, bending the knees and keeping that pillow close by, I want you to fold that right knee over the left knee. Getting the arms extended in the Texas T. And then we're gonna let them fold towards the left side. And we're gonna look towards the right side. And if your legs are floating, then please put them on the pillow so that you can relax in this move. This is a deeper stretch than we usually do. That's why we're using the pillow. And see if you can relax in this position. Looking into your right hand so that you're completing the twist with the entire body, head to toe. Again, maybe you notice that your belly starts talking to you, making a little rumbling noises or digestive noises. And if that happens, I'm giving you a golden star. You did great. Using your next inhale to bring the knees back up towards the ceiling. As we switch positions, now crossing the right knee over, oh no, sorry, the left knee over the right knee. We're gonna place our pillow on the other side and then let the knees fold towards the right side as we look into the left hand. Again, making sure that there are no floating knees so that we can let go of all the muscle tension. Feeling the twist. Maybe even feeling the twist on organ level. As we breathe towards our lower belly. And just to shake it up a little. If you want, see what happens when you breathe towards your upper chest. So your upper back and your chest. And try to breathe in and out deeply. The twist in our spine comes from our upper back. So creating space there on the inhale and releasing on the exhale might mean that you can get a little deeper into your twist. Again, as always, we're not pushing, we're not trying to strive for that. It's just something that naturally happens when you create space. Using that next inhale to bring your knees up towards the ceiling. And then using the exhale to extend the legs outward, coming into Shavasana. Now that we have come full circle, using your blankie to cover yourself, as we let the toes drop out, extend the arms out about 45-degree angle away from the body, palms facing up. Coming into our final resting position, looking up towards the ceiling, and then gently closing the eyes. Feeling all the moves that we did throughout this whole class. Noticing all the effects. Integrating those effects into the body. As we gently inhale and exhale. Noticing how we let go of the tension. Noticing how with every exhale the body sinks a little deeper into the mat. And feeling how the body is supported by the earth, by your mat. letting go of any tension in the jaw, letting go of any tension on the forehead and the eyes, the neck, shoulders, the thighs, the knees, the feet, the hands, pelvis, belly, and letting everything sink into the floor. As you hear the bells die out, gently deepen your breath and bring a little movement back into your toes, into your fingers. Using one of your inhales to straighten the entire body and stretch it out like you're yawning, like you just woke up. Using an exhale to fold your knees into your chest, hugging the knees into the chest. rolling a little side to side, massaging your lower back. And when you feel ready, rolling on to your right side, taking a couple more breaths there to gently wake up the body. On your next inhale, use your left hand to push yourself up towards a seated position, still remaining with the eyes closed and the gaze inward. As you come to your seated position, gently placing your left hand on your lower belly and your right hand on your chest or your heart space. Trying to breathe into both of your hands. First, filling up the lower belly, and then moving all the way up to your heart space. As you exhale, gently letting go of your heart space first, and then moving all the way down until you finally empty your lower belly. With your next inhale, placing your hands in front of your heart, palms facing each other in Anjali Mudra or prayer position. Bringing the thumbs up towards your forehead, peaceful thoughts. Bringing your thumbs towards your lips, peaceful words. And bringing your thumbs onto your heart space, peaceful heart. And as I gently bow my head, I whisper, Namaste.